Okay.
Come on, Sixes. Daddy needs you. Oh, shit.
Ha! 20 orange to Grandad.
Looky there. He's awake. You daft! Don't go in there!
Shut it. He's in chains. Can't do a thing.
Am I right, Master Geralt?
Oh, I'm gonna hurt you. Yes, I am.
Roll again!
Why?
The dice didn't roll!
Calling me a cheat? Take it back.
Look, he's awake again.
Monster Slayer, my ass. A regular horson.
I heard witches will start out as roadside orphans taken in by mages. Mages who experiment on them.
Fuck's sake, they plough witches come the equinox.
That's how they get those spooky eyes.
Enough! Take him down and put him in the interrogation room.
I thought you died.
I'm not so easy to kill.
Okay. Who is he? And I get to come back and kill those two, right?
I don't believe we've been introduced. Vernon Roach.
Yeah.
Walk around behind me if you want to shake.
How foolish of me. Vet!
Be polite, you see.
Unshackle him.
Geralt of Reaver. Care to introduce us?
Oh yeah, I'm already hitting on them.
No, thanks.
Bring something to drink. We can't sit here cotton-mouthed. You will tell me everything you remember. The entire assault. And all that happened in the Solar.
And if I refuse?
I shall have to beat you. I've commanded the Special Forces for a while. Got good at beating others. You're a Witcher. You'd endure much.
You better believe it.
Worst case scenario, you'll suffer through it, go back to your cell, and tomorrow, they'll publicly gut you, skin you, and hang you.
Just like that? For nothing?
No. For Temeria.
Downright praiseworthy. Where should I start?
It was a long day. I wish to hear the important bits.
Okay, let's go with the morning the king summoned me.
Just so we're clear on this, I was not eager to go into battle. But Foltest is not someone you refuse.
Is that Triss? Or have I just gone random again?
Witcher, are you up?
Insert rude joke here.
His Majesty, King of Temeria, Pontar, Mahakam, and Sodden, Senior Protector of Bruges, summons Master Geralt to appear before him.
Tell him I'll be there shortly.
Sorry to intrude like this, milady, but the king...
We heard you.
A pleasant day to you, milady. Witcher.
dear, oh dear.
Stupid war. Could have been such a beautiful morning.
A war can never be stupid when waged by your king.
A wise war is a contradiction, Triss.
Then maybe you know just how I should advise our lustful monarch.
Stop falling in love, sire no further bastards, and don't wage stupid wars.
Genius. You know, these bastards could vie for the throne in the future? Then we'd have an even more senseless conflict.
Which doesn't change the fact that
I know. Foltest and the other northern monarchs are neither the smartest nor the most refined, but they're kings, one of whom we serve.
And I'll see Foltest is summoned, protect him if need be. But once the castle falls, we leave.
Did you dream of the wild hunt again?
Mm-hmm.
A scout reported seeing a dragon. Learn anything about the assassin?
I get the feeling that dream's important. Running frantically through the forest. The wild hunt. They're the last things I remember. I wake up and try to relive the dream and the memory, hoping I'll find some guidance. Some clue to grab onto. Something that'll help me recover my memory.
Dreams can be very powerful. Some people claim they can even shape reality.
People claim a lot of things. The problem is, it's often nonsense.
We'll know in time. I'm sure of it.
One of the scouts swears he saw a dragon down by the river. Claims he ran into a Scoia'tael unit. That would have been it if the dragon hadn't swooped down. The elves apparently bowed in prayer and he escaped.
A dragon? In the midst of civilization? Oh, please. Besides, does it matter? Witchers don't hunt dragons. Or has something
Don't we?
changed?
Nothing's changed.
Are they not?
And you're right. It's probably not a dragon. Although it could be a forktail or a slizzard. Maybe even an overgrown wyvern.
The scout ran into some elves and scurried away. That's how that story begins and ends.
Alright, so, wait. The Scoia'tael worship dragons. And apparently I don't consider dragons monsters. You know I'm going to end up fighting one. Learn anything? Yes.
The unlucky assassin? How did the autopsy go?
It was a nightmare. In the months since you killed him, the king's medics poked around in his corpse like a bunch of amateurs. What arrived in that cart? Well, I wouldn't even call it a corpse.
Foltest has some trust issues. Did you learn anything?
His pupil suggested he could probably see in the dark as well as you. I couldn't put an age on him.
The killer snuck past all the guards and nearly killed Foltest and me a month ago. And now you tell me he was a witcher?
Possibly.
We figured that out
I'm just
instantly.
saying what the autopsy showed. I haven't told anyone, nor do I plan to. I know what it could do to you if it got out. You might be a savior, a king's witcher now, but masters can be as fickle as the cults they ride.
True. People already hate witches enough. They find out they're killing kings or trying. Okay.
All right. Time to look to the lustful king and his stupid war.
So
I'll
Foltest
join you later.
by the king's will. Okay. Now, why don't I have Raven? Oh, I've got it. I have Raven's armor. It's here. It's just not in my equipped. All right, so I can put. Let's have a look as how much better it is. The armor I have +3, 14% on poisoning. Raven's armor has +7, vitality +15, and not as much resistance on poisoning and bleeding. Now, do I double click or do I drag? Let's double click. I've got the Mahakaman Rune Shield, which is a steel sword. My current steel sword is 8 to 11. Damage reduction on block +3, bleeding +10. This one... No, that... Was it Diabel? It was Diabel, wasn't it? Diabel was the sword that I got from the king. That looks more like it. Common? This is magical. This is the Mahakaman Rune Sihil. And it does plus 2% chance. It's 10 to 12. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, it is a steel sword. Or... this one's got a tighter damage spread. This one can go up to 13. It honestly doesn't seem as good. This seems to be the better option, which is very, very odd. I don't even remember that one. That is my Mahakaman Rune Sihil. Is that the steel sword I actually made myself? I suppose it could be. Erendite. Erendite, my silver sword, 11 to 18 as opposed to 10 to 17. Bleeding plus 5. This has lost an awful lot of its special abilities. Still, I've got... that's magical, that's magical. Why isn't Diabel magical? That is a little annoying. Blue stripes. Combat jacket. Mage's trousers. What trousers do I have? I have normal trousers. Common. Resistance to incineration plus 5. Mage's trousers are heliotrope sign duration plus 5. Damage bonus on signs plus 1. Oh, let's wear the mage trousers. Now I'm going to look though. Okay. I have got arachnid oil, falca's blood, brown oil, extra bleeding, hangman's venom, necrophage oil, whetstone. Okay, I've got quite a lot of lapwing. Potion significantly increases regeneration of vigor while reducing vitality and all resistances. I don't like the sound of that. I like vigor, but it really does look like they're going to punish you for abusing potions this time. Swallow. Again. Who doesn't love swallow? I only have one of them and one cat potion, which does reduce my damage. I've got some traps. I've got some bombs. Let's hotkey them. No books. I have a couple of ingredients. I have a fire rune. Crafting component. Okay, crafting component. These are the things that will make new swords, not upgrade existing ones. And I got oh, right. These actually weigh something. Action not allowed. So I need the formulas to be able to make the items. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so that's that. I'm level 1 and I have absolutely no abilities worth talking about. My journal. The Dungeons of La Valetas. The Dungeons of La Valetas. My story begins after the fateful events in which the Witcher Geralt of Rivia, known also as the White Wolf, saved Foltest, Lord of Temeria, from an assassin. From that moment on, the monarch would not quit the Witcher's company, turning him from an iterant monster slayer into a royal bodyguard, and thus causing him to suffer increasingly. However, since it is unwise to deny a king, Geralt now found himself in the lands of the La Valetas, where Foltest had taken personal command of the siege of the rebel family's walled town and castle. Witchers know well how fickle fortune can be, and accordingly, luck had abandoned our hero within the castle walls. Due to a tragic mistake, Geralt was imprisoned in the castle's dungeon, where he had to patiently recount recent events to Vernon Roche, Foltest's right-hand man. What happened to, Tarled? Or was it Tharled? If you wish to know just how the Witcher plunged from the pinnacle of success to the depth of misfortune, listen to my tale. Okay, these are the other options, aren't they? Okay, the Assassins of Kings. When Geralt thwarted the plans of the Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose, it seemed the situation in Vizima would return to normal sooner or later. A blow came from an unexpected quarter. As the Witcher was collecting his reward from King Foltest, an assassin sneaked into the throne room of the royal palace. Foltest would have perished if not for the Witcher's presence of mind. Geralt defeated the would-be Kingslayer and thus saved the monarch's life. But the Witcher was left wondering who had sent the killer and why. Intriguingly, the assassin seemed very similar to a Witcher, so much so that he might even have been one. By the king's will. Ever since Geralt saved Foltest's life, the king had been fond of keeping his favourite Witcher close by his side. Thus, when the monarch laid siege to the walled town and castle of the mutinous Baroness La Valletta, Geralt found himself whiling the days away a few tents down from the king's own, in the company of Triss Merigold, a sorceress, the Witcher's lover, and Foltest's royal advisor. These were pleasant moments, despite the mild restlessness that plagued our hero. Finally, on the day of the assault, he was summoned before his royal majesty, and that is how his troubles began. Okay, so there you go. I am the king's bodyguard now, and apparently it's going to get me imprisoned. What have we got here? Locations: La Valletta Castle. During my... I tell you what, before I could do anything, I just would like to drop the music a little more. It's good music, but it's a tiny bit... Well, it dominates a little. Yes, it does. It's still a bit too high. Yes, it is. So, let's drop that. There you go. That's a little better. It should be subtle and in the background. Okay, so La Valletta Castle. During my travels, I visited the dynastic abode of the La Valletta family several times. Anyone who considers Vizima an impressive city is unlikely to have seen the ancestral city of La Vallettas. The immensity of the fortress is simply breathtaking, to the extent that calling it a mere castle is either a gross inaccuracy or a jest. Expanded over generations, the walled town boasts the greatest fortifications in Temeria, and perhaps in all the northern kingdoms. The citadel is located near the strategically important White Bridge, which connects the banks of the Pontar. It commands the entire area, including nearby trade routes and the river crossing. No wonder that the rebellion of the La Vallettas disturbed Foltest's sleep. Okay, Mary Louisa La Valletta. I have chanced to visit the court of the Vallettas on several occasions in the past. Invariably, I was greeted and received in a manner befitting my fame and talent. Baroness Mary Louisa was a comely lady, her beauty having fully blossomed, her hair dark, her lips sensuous. Oh God, did I get in trouble? As with many women married to markedly older men, rumours about her were plentiful. Among them, one claiming that she had had a love affair with King Foltest himself, and that the monarch had fathered her younger children. Which is probably why we're at war. Triss. I've known the sorceress Triss Merigold for a long time. She is one of Geralt's closest friends. The young, pretty talented, auburn-haired mage from Maribor hardly reminded me of the giggling flapper of years past. Her knowledge, abilities, and loyalty had brought her far. A hero from Sodden, known as the 14th of the Hill, for she was mistakenly counted as the 14th mage to die in that battle. She sat on the royal council of King Foltest in Temeria, and though they say that a monarch's favour is uncertain, for the king had once expelled all mages from Temeria, Triss had managed to gain Foltest's trust. As regards the Witcher, everyone who was witness to Triss's friendship with Geralt, anyone who saw them together, could easily confirm that these two had much in common, and it is common knowledge that an old flame never dies. Me! Behold our hero, subjected to mutations and rigorous sword and sorcery training as a child. He has become a superhuman monster slayer. Always penniless and often disdained by those whom he protects, he wanders the world seeking work. Fate has little mercy for him, piling obstacles in his way, yet he trudges on. He has more scruples than a begging bum has fleas. Doubts haunt him even when a band of ruffians, knives drawn, approaches him on the highway. is he a good man? I do not think so. Does he try to maintain his humanity? I believe he does. You must know that Geralt of Rivia died once already, or at least everyone thought him dead. During a massacre in Rivia, he sought to defend non-humans and fell to overwhelming odds. Placed in a boat, he floated into the mist, into a realm where he finally found peace. Not for long. Because of forces to be mentioned later, Geralt returned just in time to defend the Witcher's ancient home fortress, and then embarked on a mission to recover the secrets stolen from it. Along the way, he took part in the Ascoyatal uprising, shattered a powerful criminal organization, and killed the Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose. All the while, his fame as a lover grew. Well, that's Geralt for you. As if all this wasn't enough, he then foiled the attempted assassination on King Foltest of Temeria and became one of the monarch's most trusted men. King Foltest. In retrospect, His Royal Majesty King Foltest was certainly an exceptional persona when compared to the other crowned heads of the time. This King of Temeria, Prince of Sodden, Sovereign of Pontar and Mahakam, and Senior Protector of Bruges, Angrim, Riverdale, and Elendar, was a firm and decisive ruler, as I suppose one should expect from someone so abundantly titled. He was the kind of man who, when hit, made a sound suggesting he was forged of steel and not moulded of bird dung. Being unmarried, he led a rather casual private life. In his youth, while still a prince, Foltest strove to demonstrate what he was capable of, and he proved capable of much. The love affair he had with his own sister, by whom he fathered his eldest daughter Ada, is widely known, as is his latter affection for Baroness Mary Louisa Lavaletta. Both relationships bore heavy consequences, so to speak, and in both instances Geralt found himself stuck in the middle of the resulting mess. Yes, indeed. Dandelion. It is always awkward to write about oneself. Okay, so it's Dandelion that's writing these. Of course it is. That makes perfect sense. Yet I cannot shirk this duty. In an effort to preempt any accusations of partiality, I shall set down the humblest of notes, relating only the best known facts. Dandelion, in reality the Viscount de Lettenhove, though titles are unimportant, is a certified troubadour, a lecturer at Oxford University, a persona known among society as a charmer, poet, dandy, and unparalleled lover, if he does say so himself. Almost everyone north of the Yaruga has heard of him, and those who have not are either boors or simpletons or both, as a result of which their opinions do not matter in the slightest. Dandelion played a significant part in the most important events of the era. He loved, fought, negotiated, and acquired immense knowledge, even that of the forbidden variety. His works are a testimony of the times, but it is his moving poetic tropes that have brought him true fame. The important thing in this story is that Dandelion was a friend of Geralt of Rivia, possibly his only true friend. He was Geralt's confidant, advisor, and companion in misery, for it was impossible to experience good fortune in the Witcher's company. Well, thanks! What Geralt did, Dandelion faithfully recounted, and one should not give credence to those who accuse this humble chronicler of confabulating. Vernon Roche, my captor. There is a man like Vernon Roche in every monarch's retinue. Brave and determined, and ready to execute any command, and thoroughly hated at court. He knows that only allegiance and service to the king keep him in his position. Roche was the leader of the Blue Stripes, King Foltest's special forces, renowned amongst other things for battling the Scoia'tael and quelling many a rebellious, non-human community. It was under his command that the unit rose to fame. Vernon earned Foltest's favour and trust through his deeds. One word from the king and he would jump headlong into a fire, asking only how long he was to stay there and hold his ground. That was the kind of man Vernon Roche was at the time. Okay, we've got to keep an eye on him. He sounds kind of dangerous. Boussy Lavalette. No more than a lad back then, but Boussy had already displayed the pride and obstinacy typical of the Lavalettes. Some, however, attributed these qualities to the fact that King Foltest was his father. Okay, so this Boussy lad might well be the bastard child of my boss. Brill. Anais, Lavaletta, the daughter of Baroness Mary Louisa Lavaletta, was a scant few summers old at the time. Rumours that King Foltest was her father gave beginning to many important events, and Vess, who did not want to introduce herself. The fair-haired Vess stood apart from the rest of Vernon Roche's unit, and not only in that she was the only woman in an elite formation of hardened cutthroats and swashbucklers. Her girlish face and shapely body would stand out even if a uniform did not emphasise them. But there is something in a soldier woman that attracts a man's gaze, and Vess was no exception. The reader should not, however, be misled by this description. One does not earn a Blue Stripes membership with good looks, but with skill, determination, and at times ruthlessness. Anyone disregarding Vess will pay dearly for misjudging this young woman. Because of her gender, Vess would sometimes receive assignments where her beauty was more important than her combat abilities and efficiency. Roche had used Vess as his trump card more than once. Okay. And we've got a bunch of tutorials, which we can ignore, and formulas for Rook, Golden Aureole, Filter, Falcus Blood. Alright. I think we know what we're at. And right now, we've got to go and see the king and find out what the hell's going on. Can I pick anything up here? Okay, yes. I can't see what can be looted from far away, like in the first game. Okay. Are they gonna fire? Can I get a better look at them? Go see King Foltest. Okay, just want to have a quick look around. No, once more I am prevented from going through bushes. And that is closed. Okay. Use the medallion to detect nearby threats, monsters, containers, places of power. Okay. Right. Oh, I can only use it every now and again. There we go. Nothing. So that's my detect everything. Temerian recruit.
Good to see you.
Morning, Witcher. Those blades of yours should be useful today.
Job done?
Does Foltest plan to continue the siege?
No, we're to mount an assault.
Finally.
Okay.
Truth be told, I'd rather sit here than risk my neck on those walls.
Okay,
Whereas you'll have your trousers protecting your jewels. Oh, looky there, new boy, it's that Witcher. Geralt of Rivia ought to know about amulets.
Witcher, sir, I have a question for you.
okay, he's got a question for the Witcher. Oh god.
We know each other?
Don't recognise your old mates. We're the Crinfrid Reavers.
Lost my memory.
As did Boholt. After the hunt for the Golden Dragon, he took a spill and hit his head on a rock. He can still be a beast in battle, but besides that, he don't do much save eat and shit. Rarely even lusts after women.
I doubt that's amnesia.
I'm Kenneth, and this one here they call Desperate, and this is New Boy. He's apprenticing with us now. I haven't had much luck with the monsters of late, so we enlisted. Now New Boy's gotten himself into this wager situation. Would you help us for old time's sake? I mean, we all got a little riled. But those are bygones, as I see it.
We'd have set you free. The sorceress, too. Boholt was just fooling about the raping and all.
What rape?
Shut your trap, Desperate. The Witcher don't remember. Waste of words to remind him. We're old mates, that's that.
So you'd have raped this old mate?
Just the sorceress. You were there to kill the dragon, the sorceress too. The peasants wanted at it, everyone did. But there was only one prize, and we argued. There was some commotion, a regular rumble in fact. We tied you up like hogs, meaning you and the sorceress, and went after the beast. But that dragon thrashed us so hard, we spent the next half year licking our wounds. And you done freed yourselves of your bonds.
Who was the sorceress?
Raven-haired she was. Remember her name, Desperate?
Conifer or some such. So, Willing to help some old friends, Witcher?
Sure.
What kind of trouble are you in now?
It's a matter of life, death, and quite a bit of coin in point of fact.
I'm
New boy
listening.
bet tonight that he'll survive the assault in his shirt and knickers alone. We drunk a bit by then, I admit, but a wager's a wager. Our honor's at stake.
A soldier's honor versus a knight's. I think I get it.
The very core of the matter, Witcher. We're slated to go in the first wave, so the going's liable to be hard. New boy's brave, but he can't survive by courage alone. In any case, we've come into this bauble that's supposed to protect him, magically like. You mind casting an expert's glance at it, seeing as sorcery and such is not strange to you?
Let me see this bauble.
Your wolf medallion, I saw it shake.
It reacts to magic.
So it's true, what the priest said. Hear that, new boy? You'll be safe. We'll fleece that night, we will.
Where did you get this talisman?
We came by it, let's say. We were on patrol, see, and ran into a couple of novice priestesses praying at this shrine. They were nice, smiling and all.
We done wanted to take them two on patrol. Ho, 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 but...
Shut it! Boholt had one of his rare moments of clairvoyance, went rummaging in the shrine and found the amulet.
Who knows what goes on in that head of his? But every now and then he wakes up as good old Boholt.
Aye, he still cuts them down with a single wallop. In any case, we took the amulet and went off to find the rest of the patrol. Oh, the wonders we saw. First, ran into some squirrels, vicious ones, arrows flying everywhere, but we came through untouched. Barely 3 of the others still standing when a dragon swooped down, the elves fell to their knees, and we all legged it. The amulet's magic for certain.
Though it failed to protect the shrine from your patrolling.
Aye, true. Well, now we don't know what to think.
I'd say the amulet could help you. Seems the amulet brings trouble. It's infused with magic, though what kind, I do not know. That is the truth. Let's go for the truth.
There's clearly magic in the trinket, but I doubt it'll deflect swords or arrows.
Shit, I knew it. I told you so, you idiot. Screw honor. Don your metal, new boy. You'll go into battle, confessional and all.
So be it. Though I'd like to have fleeced the noble. Damn shame.
Okay. New quest phase. Metelli's Heart. Really? Metelli's Heart. In Foltest camp, Geralt run into the Crimford Reavers. Having lost his memory, the Witcher no longer recalled the trouble this bunch of rogues had caused during the famous hunt for the Golden Dragon. As it turned out, Kennet, Desbrit and Boholt had recruited a new comrade. Yeah, blah 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 blah. New boy reasonably decided to don his armour. Okay, so we'll find out what happened to him later, I guess.
Word is, we'll go stew today.
Here's the thing.
Why the hell not? My gut's been rumbling since morning.
I don't think I should be wandering around chatting to absolute... There's Herbert. I shouldn't be chatting to absolutely everybody on the planet when the king wants to talk to me. Where the hell is the king? That's... By the king's will. King's Foltest. Right, I'm there. I need to go backwards and up there. Right, let's go.
Word is,
No. That way. Up the hill. Which seems a little odd. And find the king. Kings generally, as a rule, don't like to be kept waiting. Okay, no, it's down there. There it is. But how the hell do I... How do I get there? Okay, not a good start for the hero. Not a good start for the hero. Pretty much. Okay, I can't get... Nope. Alright. Oh, there it is. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Over there. Get it eventually. I wish I could run a little faster. Who are you?
You look sick. Everything all right?
Yeah.
Don't all disperse in search of booty and wenches. Eliminate the stragglers first.
Okay. Good. Alright, I'm going. Stop nagging.